Ladies and gentlemen, I have been approached over some time now by quite a few constituents from the Denison electorate and other Tasmanians, all of whom have expressed a view one way or the other about the disappearance of Bob Chappell 5 years ago. I can say without any doubt that a clear majority of those people that have approached me to voice concern with the conviction for murder of Bob's partner, Sue Neill-Fraser. Now, those people have come to me, and I suspect this would be reflected here in the people who are at this rally. Those people have come to me with a range of views and a range of ideas about what should happen next. Some people are firmly of the view that Sue is innocent, should be pardoned and released immediately. Other people are less certain, but they think she should be released into the community while there is a retrial of some kind. Other people, there is doubt in their mind and they think it should at least be revisited in some way, perhaps with a commission of inquiry. All of those people that have approached me have one thing in common. Sorry, all of those people who are concerned about Sue Neill-Fraser's conviction and imprisonment have one thing in common. They all say to me that when there is a conviction on circumstantial evidence in the absence of a body, the absence of a murder weapon, the absence of an unarguable motive, then there cannot be any doubt whatsoever about the facts of the case. There simply cannot be any unanswered questions. There cannot be any uncertainties not fully addressed and put to bed. All of those people say to me, though, that in this case there is doubt. Some people say there's a lot of doubt, some people say there's a little bit of doubt. It doesn't matter. You cannot convict someone in this country when there is any doubt. It's as simple as that. Now, look, I do want to acknowledge that I respect the views that of people who have also approached me to disagree with me, to say that we are wrong, that I should butt out, I should be silent. I do respect what they've had to say, but I disagree with what they say. Some people say that politicians should not interfere in the justice system. Well, as a general rule, they're right. As a general principle, the justice system should be independent and allowed to go about its work. And when we see politicians trying to interfere in it, for example, the way the Queensland Premier is interfering and criticising the judiciary in Queensland, that is clearly wrong. But every now and then, hopefully very, very occasionally, an episode occurs where a politician has a duty, a responsibility to speak up and to direct people to go back in and look afresh at the facts of a matter. There is a compelling argument for the Tasmanian government to get a backbone, recalibrate its moral compass and to intervene in this matter. And if Brian Whiteman on Tuesday should stand on these steps and say that he will ask the Premier to ask the Governor to convene a commission of inquiry. And if Brian Whiteman won't do that on Tuesday, then the Premier should stand here and she should show us what she's made of. And she should say that she has directed Brian Whiteman to organise a commission of inquiry. Now, some people say to me, but Sue lied during the trial. Well, yes, she did say some things which either deliberately or inadvertently could be taken to try and mislead people. That's actually not the point. You are not guilty of murder in this country, even if you deliberately lie about something. It is not cause to find someone guilty of murder. It's as simple as that. Some people say the absence of a body is not only proof that Sue Neill-Fraser murdered Bob Chappell, but that she concealed the body. It's proof of just what a scheming person she is. What nonsense. What nonsense. In fact, all it goes to show that the case against whoever might be convicted of murder has to be all the more watertight, because all the absence of a body shows is that we don't know what happened to Bob Chappell. We don't even know that he's dead. And in my opinion, it has not even been established unambiguously that the man is dead. Some people say the case has been appealed, but as we've already learned, Regrettably, in this state and in this country, our appeal provisions are too narrow and too short. The fact that there was an unsuccessful appeal in itself does not mean anything. Some people yesterday were saying, but the coroner has backed up the criminal proceeding. Well, what I ask you all to understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the Coroner's Act in this state remarkably prohibits the coroner making any finding at odds with an associated criminal trial. In other words, in this state, our coroner is gagged and simply not allowed by the law of this state to find otherwise than what was found some years ago. The coroner also made it absolutely clear in his report released this week that a number of the issues that were raised with him are outside of his jurisdiction. So the coroner's report this week in no way provides any closure of this matter. And please do not accept that line of argument from anyone. Some people have come to me and said, well, of course, Sue's a murderer. You know she murdered her first husband. Yeah. Well, here he is. He's very much alive. He attended the trial and he's even here at the at this rally today. But the fact that these sorts of stories swirl around in the community may mean it is even more important that the government take a strong leadership position and make sure the community knows the facts of the matter and clears up any uncertainty. And that will only be done if this matter is revisited with a commission of inquiry. One person even argued that my outspokenness on this was somehow related to my support for Julia Gillard after the 2010 election. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea if Sue Neill-Fraser is guilty or innocent or in any way should be implicated in the disappearance of Bob Chappell. What I do know is that the way Bob Chappell's disappearance has been handled has created widespread concern in the community about our justice system, and that must be addressed. And it will take strong political leadership for that to be achieved. Now, you know, I do acknowledge it is a tough ask for the state government at this late stage to intervene. It will be taking on some very, very powerful interests in the community. After all, the judiciary does not want this revisited because it may well reflect badly on them. The police don't want it revisited because it may well reflect badly on them. Some in the media don't want it revisited because it may well reflect badly on them. The government doesn't seem to want it revisited because it could reflect badly on its oversight of all of those bodies within the community. That's why we need strong political leadership. I call on the Attorney General to organise a commission of inquiry. I call on the Premier to get behind the Attorney General and organise a commission of inquiry. We need to know what went on. We need to know if Sue Neill-Fraser is guilty or innocent. We need to know if there is a murderer walking amongst us. We need to have confidence in our justice system. There is a compelling case, a compelling argument for the state government to get a backbone and to act this week.
Thank you very, very much, Andrew Wilkie, and the sentiments are shared by